Found this old electronics store a few weeks ago. I thought it looked good, nothing unusual. They had heaps of good stuff, old consoles, games, but there was a computer which caught my eye. It stood out from the others due to being new. I'd never seen anything like it before. It seemed like something which hadn't been officially released yet. I asked the man running the store what it was, and he said it was a computer his son was working on. He also told me his son had died before it could be mass-produced. When I tried to buy it, the man initially wouldn't sell it. But after countless offers, he finally agreed to let me buy it. I rushed home to use the brand new, never before seen computer. I turned it on, and the first thing I saw was a large amount of emulators and ROMs. Every game possible was on there, and my first thought was that this guy must have loved emulators. Then I remembered what the man said about his son a while back, that he was a massive hacker. I decided to start off with the classic Mario game. Well, Mario 64. I started playing and everything seemed normal. A few glitches here and there, but nothing major. When I looked up in the toolbar, there was an option entitled Cheats. I don't know what made me press it. It just seemed to call me. There was a wide variety of cheats like invincibility, one-hit KO, no enemies, stuff like that. I selected the no enemies option to make the game easier. I flew through the levels in no time until I reached the final boss. I ran into the room eager to face Bowser. I put on an invincible before entering. But there was something wrong. There was no boss. I looked around the room, and to my horror, saw the remains of every enemy in Mario 64. All of the bodies were mutilated, torn up, and burnt. The graphics were something I'd never seen before in a game like this. Inspecting the bodies, I saw the phrase, cheat code activated, branded into their sides. I closed the game immediately. It closed successfully, but the music was still playing. Slowly, the Mario music turned into a twisted, blood-curdling scream of agony. I muted the computer, but that didn't cut it out. The modem seemed to make a high-pitched noise. I blocked my ears, but for some reason I couldn't stop hearing it. I awoke the next day in my chair, in front of the computer, and relaxed, thinking it was all a succession of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations occurring involuntarily in the mind during certain stages of sleep. I was so relieved it was a dream and decided to keep playing the emulators. That's when I realized it wasn't a dream at all. Whenever I went into an emulator and played a ROM, something strange happened. Whether it was the enemies being brutally murdered, or a man asking you to help him while crying in a cutscene. But the strangest thing I saw was the one that made me the most scared. While I played Mega Man, the background changed into what seemed like a gif of a dead body. I mean, it looked dead, but he was breathing, and when I turned on the music, laughing. Then he stared into my eyes. I couldn't move. It was as if I was made of stone. Come with me, and we'll play emulators forever, he said, reaching out his hand. You would have thought I wouldn't take his hand, but I did. I couldn't help it. So if you ever find a computer called Yoko, buy it. We're getting bored of just playing with AIs. If you're wondering why this story has nothing to do with the blue screen of death, it's because it never happened.